Well, it wasn't the victory that Manchester United wanted away at Aston Villa, a narrow 2-1 defeat at Villa Park. It was a very frustrating result, to say the least. I thought Manchester United did enough to get the win, but ultimately Aston Villa were the dominant side and got the goal in the end to seal the win. I mean, it was Morgan Rogers versus Manchester United. Two great goals by them, but ultimately I thought Manchester United deserved at least a point. I thought that first half was very, very good. And similar to that Bournemouth game, if we continue playing like the way that we did against Aston Villa and against Bournemouth, I think United fans will be happy with that. Yes, again, narrow defeat again today. But you look at the opportunities that we had. Cunha should have scored. I mean, that header was a brilliant chance. Martinez had that snapshot. I mean, Bruno going off, which we talk about. We're hoping it's not a serious injury, because if we do lose Bruno for any sort of time, it's going to be, with Mainu out as well, it's going to be massively frustrating. And you've seen when Bruno came off, you've seen the impact that it had in the game. There was no real spark, there was no fight, there was no energy. Now, I haven't seen what Ruben Amorim has said post-match about Bruno Fernandes, but I'm assuming it didn't look good. I mean, the way he kicked the ball out, and then he tried to continue on, but we knew it was a hamstring. And again, it was something that Bruno Fernandes has not really been used to. He's only missed, I believe, 3 games for Manchester United due to injury over his 6 year spell at the club. So, yeah, it's very frustrating to see the way that Bruno went off. But again, it's going to be a massive miss. And again, I think at times Mount and these sorts of players kind of tried to step up, but ultimately wasn't enough. I think Lacey and Fletcher coming on again at the end of that game, it was just kind of throw the kitchen sink out. I mean, we had a midfield two of Ugarte and Martinez, and then after that, it was Tyler Fletcher and Shea Lacey or Mason Mount as your midfield two. So Amram did go for it in the game, but I think Aston Villa just come up on top, and I think that was the most frustrating thing. As I said, in terms of positives of the game, I thought Aiden Heaven started off fantastically well. I thought he was very, very good. Very, very good defensively. Won all of his duels, was fantastic. I mean, in the first 2 minutes, made two very good interceptions, and two crucial blocks. Again, I think he learned from that game against Bournemouth. There was a time where he should have ran over for the Semenyo goal, and he did that again. Immediately ran over to help Yoro, and I thought he had a very, very good defensive display today. But I don't think Aston Villa were that great. I mean, I think Villa are a team, we know they're on great form, and we know they're unbeaten in 9. But in that first half, the fans were getting frustrated. They were finding it difficult to get at Manchester United. And yes, they had the few chances, but they looked like they were the away team. They were going on the counter attack. They didn't really look that energised, and obviously in that first half, two moments of brilliance from Morgan Rogers wins them the game ultimately. And I think the Cunha goal, it was a great goal. I thought he had a decent game as well, dictating the play. I think he tried to drop deep. He tried to look like the catalyst towards the end of the game to make up for Bruno Fernandes going off, but ultimately it wasn't enough. So, listen, I thought Cunha did well, but again, it just wasn't enough to get United over the line. But I think they were a nice pattern to play. At times, it's a very clear 4-1 for Manchester United, out of possession and in possession. Dalot was pushing quite high. So was Dorgu, leaving Yoro, Shaw, Aiden Heaven, and Yoro as a back four. So, listen, I think it was a clear change in system. Again, you could see there were slight tweaks. I think Bruno, Mount, and Ugarte were doing very, very good in that first half of trying to cause problems for Aston Villa and not allow them to play out from the back. Obviously, Ugarte, I mean, we know what you're getting with Ugarte. He is just really, really poor. I mean, there was one time where I think the simple passes were on to Bruno and he plays a diagonal and it goes out of play for a goal kick. I don't think we got Sesko in the game as much as we should have. He had a few snapshots. I think we should have utilised him against Lindelof way more, because we know Lindelof's weaknesses. I mean, the goal that United score comes from a great bit of pressing really from Dorgu and a great goal from Cunha. That's now 2 goals in 2 games. And again, it was a lengthy injury list for Manchester United. No Ahmad, Mbermo and Mazraoui all due to AFCON. No De Ligt, no Maguire. Casemiro was suspended. Mainu's out injured. Bruno Fernandes, we'll have to see what happens there. So the next 3 games are going to be tricky, but I don't think Aston Villa did enough to get a win, if I'm being honest. I thought United in possession were very, very good. They were a nice pattern to play. I think Mount, Bruno, Cunha was very good as well. But yeah, it was just a narrow defeat for Manchester United. We couldn't get it over the line. I'm hoping Bruno is not out for too long, because again, as we know the impact he has on the team. But yeah, listen, it was very frustrating. And I think Yoro, listen, let's talk Yoro. I mean, he's a young player. We know the talent and the quality that he has. But again, it was just 2 moments of him that cost us today. And listen, we know he's a young player. I said that already. But mistakes are going to happen. And again, that just comes from experience. The first one was not good enough. The way Rogers controls the ball is on the byline. And the way that Euro allows him to come in and have the shot is very, very poor. I don't think there's anything Lamont can do about it. And he didn't really have anything to do in the game either, if we're being honest. But yeah, same with the second one as well. It's the same thing. It's poor from Dallo, really. Ball drops to... it's poor from Dallo to even allow the cross to come in. Then it drops to Rogers. Great control and a great finish. And we knew he was going to be the danger man. And it was two simple mistakes from Euro that did cost us. And again, we are still learning. I think that's 8 goals now conceded in 3 games without delay. It's been quite sloppy from United. I just don't think we have that leader at the back, really. And again, I thought Ugarte again was very, very sloppy today. But all in all, I think Ruben Amorim will probably be happy with the performance because there were large parts of the game with Manchester United winning that. I thought the attack were linking up very, very well. Again, we did miss the 3 players, but we can't use that as an excuse. We know they're going to be gone for a while, but we are seeing the impact that it has. Now, going into Newcastle, we will have to wait and see who's back. But yeah, it was two moments of brilliance that make the difference for Villa. And that's sometimes in a game like that, you do need players to step up. And ultimately, Morgan Rogers did step up for Aston Villa. But yeah, you have to appreciate that top level play. Yeah, I think it was a great goal by Rogers. Apparently, Bruno Fernandes is a soft tissue, so it's gonna take a while. I mean, listen, Bruno being out for a while does massively affect us because we don't have Ahmad. Mainu, we don't know. Apparently, he's expected to be out for a week, so there are problems there for Manchester United. Again, we have Casemiro back. But again, Amorim made some changes. I thought the subs actually were alright by Amorim. I think bringing on Shea Lacey, giving him an opportunity, and I think he kind of knows now he has to use them. I mean, going into the next game, we're probably going to see Casemiro in that midfield. Who's that's next to, we'll have to wait and see. But I thought Martinez, when he came on, he was very, very good. Obviously, he's played there before for Ajax, and he looked quite comfortable. So, listen, at times I remember a couple seasons ago, was it was obviously going to be under Ten Hag. Everyone was saying try Martinez in midfield. We finally did see it, and he's honestly not bad. I mean, Ugarte was just, I can't get over his performance in midfield today. It was just not great at all. He got bypassed. Euro and Aiden Heaven had to get him out of jail a few times. So yeah, it was quite disappointing by him. We just know he's not good enough, and you understand why we've been linked to Neves and Ruben Neves and João Neves because yeah, listen, it's very, very, very sloppy. But listen, big game coming up on the week against Newcastle is going to be a tricky game. I mean, you look at the stats from this game: 57% possession, 1.3 expected goals, 15 shots, 6 shots on target. I mean, there were narrow moments there. I mean, if Cunha scores in the first or second minute, it's a totally different game. If he scores that second header as well, Bruno had a few chances, but yeah, listen, I think Sesko should have scored as well. A few heavy touches, and he should have scored that 1-on-1, but Martinez did a very good job. There's a frustrating performance by Manchester United. No, frustrating result. I actually thought it wasn't a bad performance by the team. We've seen worse, and I think the last 3 games, yes, they've been poor results. But again, definitely good performances to take. I think we're seeing the variability. We know it's going to be tough now the next few weeks without these players. But yeah, then we move forward. We take the learning curves, and yeah, we go to the next game.